Okay, this is an example of AP CSP Pseudocode where we're going to show you how we do assignment, what the assignment operator is, and how to display strings and variables, and also how to use input. So, for example, over here we have an integer variable. I've assigned it an integer value. And if I want to display it, then I'd have to display and then type the name of the variable. Here I have a float variable. I assigned it a float value, 3 point. Again, a float is a number with a decimal point. And then I display it here. Again, I type in the name of the variable, FLT1. Again, skipped over this. Okay, so again, an integer is a whole number. Here we have a whole number, 3. The difference between an integer and a float is the float will have a decimal point, and the integer value will not have it. Okay, you can also create a string variable by using the left arrow. We assign the string value APCSP to the string variable str1, and we can display it here. Okay. We have a Boolean variable BL1. And we've assigned it you can assign it only 2 different values. A Boolean variable can only have two different values, one being true and the other one being false. Here it's assigned the value true, and we're displaying it. Okay, now we're going to show you the built-in input procedure. Okay, so we're asking the user to type in their name. And then we're using the input procedure to grab the name, get the name, the value from the user, and then we're saving to a variable name. And then we're going to use that we're going to display a string where you start with your name is, and then we're concatenating the string name, and then we're concatenating a period at the end. And then when we run it, we'll type in our name. I'll just put in Bob, not my real name, of course. And I hit this enter button, and then in the output here, we'll see your name is Bob. Okay. If I change the, you can also, if you use the same variable and assign another value, then the original value gets overwritten. So let's say we first assigned it the value of 3, integer value 3, and then I assign a new value 7. So when we print, the 3 disappears and is replaced by 7. So if I run the code, and then we see here, right, int 1 is now, the 3 is gone, so it's replaced by 7. Okay, let me type a new name, Tim. And then here, the concatenated string is now, my name is Tim. Okay. We can also do that with the float value. If I assign it, if I do another assignment operator and I give it another value, let's say I do 5.43. So when we run the code, we'll see that the float variable FLT1 is now 5.43, and the previous original value of 3.21 was overwritten. Same thing with the string. If I use the same string name, variable name, and I use a different string, let's say eat at Joe's, for example, right? And I run the code, then we see that the string str1 is now different. It's eat at Joe's instead of APCSP. Okay. Also, the Boolean value, we can assign it instead of a true value. We could first we assign it a true value, then we can assign a false value. Then it will be the true value will be original true value will be overridden, and now it'll be just false. So we run the code. Here we see Boolean variable BL1 is now false, and the true value was overridden. Okay, so in this video we went over assignment. I showed you how to create an integer variable, a float variable, a string variable, and a Boolean variable. And also showed you how the input procedure works. Okay? And I also showed you concatenation. Concatenation is when you join two strings together. Okay, thank you very much.